Hi, happy early holiday weekend. I hope you had a beautiful week, and I hope that your upcoming Thanksgiving holiday is filled with love and memories and amazing food. um, with the leaves, mostly gone, the beauty of autumn is still very much in the air, which is a good thing. And I feel that it's just a perfect time for us to be able to embrace hope, reflection, and optimism. So, the topic of being optimistic has been on my mind, and I have a few questions for you. Are you positive or are you negative? Do you see the good in everything or the bad in all things? Are you a thankful person or a complainer? Being optimistic means that we find joy when we are or aren't facing challenges. And we believe that no matter what happens, something good will always come out of it. Why is being optimistic important? Because a negative person will always see what's wrong with everything. And that's not a way to enjoy life or your overall journey. But an optimistic outlook gives you something to really be able to look forward to. As somewhat people who have experienced disappointments, it can be really difficult and challenging to see life through clarity. Sometimes the way that people, start is unfortunately the way that they actually continue, unless that they are willing to reflect and open up their heart to God's guidance. When you experience challenges, especially early on in life, you may naturally expect things to just go wrong. And it's almost like a protective habit against being let down. We usually don't get excited when it comes to, going through trials in life. When we face a challenge, it's easy to wonder, why is this happening? Or this shouldn't be happening. But once you understand the beauty that trials actually carry, you'll learn to walk through them completely differently. And we may not always understand it, but a lot of the trials that we face is really meant for our spiritual growth and development. Optimism is contagious. And these are some ways that I feel will help you be able to discover it. Look to Jesus. Jesus wants us to experience life through optimism and hope. He never intended for us to live with a completely negative outlook, and nothing about him, his outlook, his message was ever negative. Even in the face of rejection, pain, darkness, uncertainty, he always carried hope. He showed us that when life takes us into dark places, faith gives us the strength to not only hold on to optimism, but to stay there. Be patient. A lot of the tests that we actually face in life are meant to shape and straighten us, even when we don't realize or recognize it. When you learn to be patient, the door of optimism just naturally opens. When someone is truly patient, they can really get through anything because they know that every challenge will always lead to a positive outcome. And they can still find joy in the present while waiting for the outcome. Make a change. If optimism feels new to you, now is the time to be able to choose change and embrace life with a hopeful and overall positive outlook. Real transformation, it always starts within you. The moment when you decide to completely shift your perspective, there'll be lessons and there'll be seasons where it seems like nothing is moving, when in reality, it actually is. Regardless of the situation, you always have the option to choose optimism. And optimism is not pretending that everything is perfect. It's believing that God is working, that better days are yet ahead, and that you are being strengthened through the overall process. Have a great attitude. Attitude is energy. And this world will find all kinds of ways to keep you from being happy. But when your attitude is rooted and stemmed into optimism, you can literally feel the energy that surrounds you because you are choosing to see life through a clear perspective and lens. And as I always say, your attitude is something that is yours. And no one can make you have a bad attitude unless you want to. Have hope. Hope is something that I think is so overlooked. When you really have hope, you have faith to the point that you believe and expect great things to just happen because you completely believe and trust in God. With hope like this, you no longer are observing, but you walk in purpose, patience, and joy. And you are fully convinced that the best is yet to come. Speak positively. Your words matter. The things that you say and pour into yourself enter into your ears and flow all throughout your spirit. You can literally talk yourself into a better outlook or into a better mood. Or you can also talk yourself out of one. When your words are rooted in optimism, it's a powerful force of change. Optimistic words shape your overall mindset, lift your energy, and influence how you handle and approach every area and situation in your life. No one enjoys challenges, but finding the good in each and every challenge is what keeps us optimistic. Make a habit of seeing the positive. A wise person would never choose negativity or expect the worst. When you are optimistic, you are resilient to the point that when you do face challenges, you see it as manageable. An optimistic person is contagious. Being optimistic is not about ignoring difficulties, it's about seeing challenges as opportunities and knowing that even in tough situations, better days are completely possible. And so I encourage you to choose optimism. Find the good in everything. It's a beautiful gift to experience. Being optimistic, it doesn't mean that you are ignoring the reality of difficulty or negative situations or pretending that challenges don't even exist. It's really about choosing to focus on what's within your vision, your attitude, your actions, your responses, learning from every experience and navigating obstacles and allowing yourself to be able to process through it all. Optimism is a mindful choice to find meaning and to keep moving forward with hope, regardless of what life brings to you. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed holiday weekend filled with love, gratitude, and endless joy.